we've heard about the set. It was difficult, and it was quite claustrophobic. It was almost like a submarine. So
It
how
was
was
not almost, it was working inside of the
Yeah.
submarine.
So tell us, how was it?
It was obviously very exciting because nobody's ever done something like this before. Some of us just saw a submarine, some of us have never been in a submarine. So the workings of it is quite exciting because as an actor you constantly see new things. You see how a submarine works, you see life in it and all of that. But then obviously, as I'd say, I've been there for about 2.5 months just shooting all the insides of the submarine, and see, you have certain difficulties. Obviously it's claustrophobic because there's so many people inside. Apart from the people that you see on screen, there's obviously an entire crew. There's no sunlight whatsoever, all the lighting is quite neutral. So when you walk into a set at about 6 or 7 in the morning, and when you leave, you kind of get a little bit disoriented by the end of this time. But I guess this is all fun in making movies.
Can you tell us a little about your character, Arjun?
Well, I play a lieutenant commander. Obviously, like anybody in any armed force, he's very clear, he's very honest, he is disciplined, he's a patriot of his nation, he is somebody who follows the orders that come from a higher command, and somebody who does not emotionally react to things. He's somebody who can lead an army to war. He can keep the morale up of every single one on that ship.
And Ananya is a refugee. So tell us about Ananya's character.
So as you know, she's a Bangladeshi refugee, a Hindu girl, a Bangla girl from there. And she has seen quite a bit in her life because she's seen her parents die in front of her own eyes, and that kind of could have actually made her just give up on life, but she doesn't. She runs for her own life after that, and then ends up getting saved by the Indian naval officers, and that's how she enters the submarine. And then you can see the submarine from her eyes, from a civilian's eyes, and what exactly happens inside. And a pretty strong character at some level, because a person who's seen all this happen in front of her own eyes might just give up on life, but she doesn't. So yeah, that's what Ananya is.
So Taapsee, you are coming across as the action hero.
Yeah, action hero.
So with the movies that you are doing right now, and yesterday you were talking about how you've never even slapped a person.
Yeah.
So how do you get into your characters, come out of it?
See, I'm a director's actor, so my only homework or hard work is when I decide how do I get to work with this person or who to work with. Once I do that, I totally submit myself to the director, and I switch off my brain after that. So whatever you see, I give a huge credit of that to my director, and to an extent to my co-actors also, because I'm not a trained actor, so it really helps me when my co-actors are really good. It helps me perform better.
And you are coming across as a warlord. That is what you're called. So talk about it.
Well, yes, I've been doing 3 war films in 1 year, so you could call me a warlord. I've done one before.
And the next film is also...
Yeah, it's Bahubali's war. Then post that I have 1945. That's also a war. But yeah, I mean, I just like those stories. It's not like I wanted to do only war films. But see, we don't live in a time of war. We don't understand really what war is, whether it's military in format or whether it's medieval in format. But whether being Indians, obviously there's a certain culture of war that's brought us to the time that we are today. And just that the past makes such great stories to tell. And I think it's almost a childlike thing because I like it and I like to tell it.
Both of you all are at a point in your careers where some people would choose to continue being actors, some would want to become stars. What are your plans?
I would like to be an acting star. And I think it's pretty much possible. And it is happening. We have such beautiful looking girls, especially in our industry, who are extremely good actors also. So I don't think it's impossible anymore.
I just like telling stories. It doesn't matter what I become. Like I said, I tell war stories, I tell political stories, and that's it. I'm just a storyteller.
What are your expectations from the film?
Well, I'm expecting to see. Obviously, it's something new we've tried. It's something that new we've put together, and the Indian audiences in every which way have been very receiving to newer cinema, always, time and again. Whether 2 years ago when I came with a film called Bahubali, which was a very new film for the India auditorium, where though that was dubbed and it's a straight-on film, it's still a newer cinematic experience. So every time you go into a cinema, I know there's the one thing that I will promise you on all the films that are coming are. Especially Ghazi's, because you've never seen anything like that before on celluloid. and I just hope they're entertained and people like this film.